Hey everyone, it's me Malaka on my healing journey again. Today's video brings us to February 1st of 2021. I took my son to a doctor's appointment and got a recommendation for therapy and a letter stating that he does need therapy, which I sent to my lawyer. I had shown him a couple videos of some of his outbreaks. My mom was able to take a video of one of them while I was dealing with my son in the basement, and she was coming downstairs to try and help me with it. She started recording, so I had that to show how bad it was getting and how scary it was getting. My mom had asked my son how supper was, and my son said, "I don't have to talk to you because my daddy told me not to." Another email was sent in regards to our doctor's recommendation for therapy for our son. It's sad that I have to fight for that, and I still do. Like, I just recently sent a request for family therapy, especially for my kids, because they're still really struggling and I need the guidance that I can. I used up all my free sessions through New Directions, and I can't re-register or sign back up for another year after my last session, so I'm trying to get in somewhere else. And I have a feeling once we're finally accepted, because I'm gonna have to get his consent again, he's going to refuse, which is going to be very frustrating. I am very thankful for the school, because the school counselor sees the kids on a regular basis, but we need a little bit extra. And CFS stopped paying for my son's therapy as well. February 2nd at 2 a.m. last night, my son came running to my room in a full meltdown. He was wanting me to snuggle with him and freaking out about a booger that was in his nose. Very random. It took me 10 minutes to calm him down, at which he crawled into my bed and spent the rest of the night sleeping with me. My son had his third interview with CFS today on February 3rd. I had voiced some concerns. I wanted guidance, and on a couple subjects. I wasn't trying to report anything. I just wanted guidance as usual, since that they had already been involved, and I thought it was in regards to those concerns, but I later found out that Kyle had called them again on me in regards to a very tiny cut on our son's arm that he had done to himself on his arm on my nail while trying to put his hand in my face. CFS recommended that our son start therapy as soon as possible, which we were on a couple wait lists. But yeah, he called CFS on me for the third time for a ridiculous thing, trying to make it appear like I am some kind of horrible parent. So that, hasn't even been a year since we separated, because we separated end of April of 2020. I fully moved out in end of June. I had the protection order June 12th of 2020, and we haven't even made it a full year, and he's now made 3 CFS calls against me, which were all closed immediately. February 4th of 2021, the kids told me they were tired and hungry once they got into the house after they were dropped off. My son walked up to me from his dad and said they had gummies for breakfast in the truck. My son said that our daughter wouldn't let daddy cut her nails, so we put her to bed instead. So I had to cut. I don't think their dads cut the kids' nails more than a handful of times since we separated. It seems to always fall on me, whatever. But like, help with the care, especially if you're wanting 50-50. Both kids smelled of cigarette smoke at drop-off. As always, I have the kids listening better and behaving better, and after a night with their dad, they won't listen and have a horrible attitude, exhausted and irritable. It's almost like I have to keep on doing, like, fixing. I always have to fix the issues before they can kind of relax, and then they're well-behaved children right before they leave my custody, and then I have to redo it all over again. January 5th of 2021, my son crawled into my bed at 1:30, scared and wanting to snuggle. Both my kids were very clingy with me, like they have been, needing to be right close, freaking out if I was too far away. He had the kids that weekend, and my video is going to end on February 8th of 2021. He dropped the kids off that morning. Both kids were exhausted, irritable, and cranky. My son said they ate toast, corn pops, and milk in the truck. I received an email this morning stating the kids' nails were cut and that our daughter had an accident over the weekend and had a scratch on the roof of her mouth. My daughter's toenails weren't cut, so he lied about that, and there was a lot more than a scratch on the roof of her mouth. I emailed Kyle asking if I could take her to the doctor to get it checked out, and he said yes, but he claimed that he had called HealthLinks. Kyle did not inform me of this when it happened, and it probably wasn't as minor as he stated if he had called HealthLinks, so he lied again. He stated it happened Saturday afternoon. So this is Monday when he's telling me that an accident happened to our daughter, but it happened Saturday afternoon and called HealthLinks but didn't inform me. So it was almost like he was hoping that it wasn't as bad and he wouldn't have to tell me. Sadly, my daughter wouldn't let the doctor look into her mouth, but I was able to get a couple photos. My daughter started hitting my son. Yeah, this mark was a good gap in her mouth. Like, she got it good. And from what Kyle had told me, Kyle told me that she was running around with a drink with a straw and she had tripped and fell. When I asked the kids, no, she wasn't running around with a drink and a straw. She was running, you know those tent kits that you get that have like those really, really long sticks that have those balls that they clip into or push into so that you can build a big fort? Apparently she was running around with one of those, and that's what she hurt herself on. Which is pretty long, especially for a, what, two-year-old? No, 3-year-old? To be running around with a big long stick. And then he didn't inform me. It was like he was trying to hide. So that was fun. Kyle's lawyer called mine, stating they would provide his full disclosure in 2 weeks, the day before court, where we were going to file for a demand for it. Of course, typical. Yeah, that day was extremely frustrating for me, especially when he didn't tell me that our daughter got hurt. Was so bad that it had to contact HealthLinks. Like, if I ever take the kids to the doctor or the clinic or anything, that day I inform him. He is aware of what is going on with our children. Even to this day with the probation, if I can't, or even with the protection order, if I can't communicate, he is being notified by myself if I can, or my parents. He is being made aware of the kids and the situation that we're in or whatever's happening. He does not do the same for me. Shows the respect that he gives me as a parent. But I'm gonna end my video on that day. Sorry, I'm really exhausted. 2 weeks ago, or just over a week ago, I had a really bad case of strep throat, and it took 4 days of antibiotics before I started feeling any better. I also was dealing with my daughter who had strep throat, which was extremely frustrating because Kyle didn't take her in before sending her off to my custody, and it had gotten to the point where she had a rash on her body. So I'm also still dealing with the aftermath of that. But we'll get into that in another video. Stay safe. Thanks for the support. Enjoy life to the fullest, and take care. Bye.